Namaskar. I am Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today, the Maharashtra power struggle for the self-interest of Mr. Eknath Shinde or just for just re-establishing of Hindutva in the Maharashtra. We're losing ground with the candidates of the NCP and Congress. And the presidential candidate of NDA, Mrs. Draupadi Murmu, arrives Delhi today. Grand welcome by the all BJP leaders and NDA leaders, and tomorrow she is going to file the nomination. 100 proposals will be there, including PM, Home Ministers, uh, BJP President, and more. So now, news in detail. Just if you the political crisis, Maharashtra political crisis for dream situation will change when MLA return to Mumbai, according to Sharad Pawar. But if you see the Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray has three more MLAs from his state arrived today in Assam's Guwahati to join the rebel Shiv Sena leader Eknath Shinde and other legislation. Deepak Kaskar on MLA from Samantwadi, Mangesh Kudalkar, and lawmaker uh, from Chembur, and the Sada Sarvankar, the other MLA, took a morning flight from Mumbai and reached Radisson Blue Hotel in Guwahati, where his Indian fellow leaders have camped. Amid the political crisis in Mahavikas Agadi, a government in Maharashtra, Shinde had claimed the support of 46 legislatures, including some independents on Wednesday, today. Last day we talked about. And he also given letter to the Maharashtra Assembly Deputy Speaker, signed by 35 Sena MLAs, replacing Sunil Prabhu with the Bharat Gogavale as the chief whip of Shiv Sena party. As today, Gogavale claimed that he may write, the Shinde Good may write to later to the governor for the support and of making the government without NCP and Congress. And after the long struggle, and the MBA decided to back Uddhav Thackeray, I believe once the MBA return to Mumbai, situation will change, as claimed by NCP chief Sharad Pawar in Mumbai today. The doors are still open for talks. Discussion can lead the way to its Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut. But as Sanjay Raut said, they can come out from MBA. So this statement just already is a surprise to Congress and NCP too. And Mr. Sharad Pawar and NCP are trying to just to protect. In the name of protection, they are just trying to just I think ruin the party of Shiv Sena, as I think now. And Maharashtra Vikas Agadi is a government established for the development and welfare of Maharashtra. Everybody knows what type of development and welfare had done in Maharashtra. What was the status, this situation in that time, the Corona time, pandemic time? Everybody knows. Only the two states in the country, Maharashtra and Kerala, the maximum number of the Corona patients were in the two states. How they misused the government of India funds sent by the Modi government to the states. They are not properly maintained. Still, the people of the Maharashtra living the curse. How the properly vaccination facility is also not there. And Uddhav Thackeray claimed he was a top 5 chief minister of the state. How you can prove it? So I think Jayant Patil claimed, and Congress called the meeting today, and also Nana Patole say this is not from the BJP, not the other party. This is a fear of the ED who are just trying to console his MLA. And they are the Congress MLA intact, but according to sources, more than 10 Congress MLAs also in touch with the Shinde group. And today, Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut has made another big statement, has said the party is ready to exit out of MBA if this is the will of rebel MLAs who are camping with Eknath Shinde and Guwahati. MLAs should not communicate from Guwahati. They should come back to Mumbai and discuss all this with CM. We are ready to consider exiting out of MBA if this is the will of all MLAs. But for that, they have to come here and discuss it with the CM. Raut was quoted and in a talking to the reporters. And MLA should not communicate. Guwahati, they should come back to Mumbai. And also he claimed, Sanjay Raut, 21 MLAs has been just kidnapped. But after that, Shinde group has just released a video and all are happy and just enjoying their camping in Guwahati, Assam. So after that, this is crisis, and the Congress and NCP, how they will manage the show, and BJP in the background. This is a still replay of the Madhya Pradesh story. That time that was the Jyotirao Scindia. This is time the Eknath Shinde. If you see the story that time, Shivraj Chauhan was just playing like that. The game in this, there was Fadnavis behind the curtain, behind the scene. How will happen? We'll see. If you see, talk the number games. Number is going not support of present with the government and the Shiv Sena. This crisis is, started from the Rajya Sabha polls. After that, it erupts after the Legislative Council polls. When Sindhya heard about the took place, resolve all the problems, the party MLA persuaded Sindhya to take the step for the rights of the legislature and how the rights later. And 42 rebel MLAs. And they are claimed we are insulted, humiliated by the Uddhav Thackeray and others. They also said many times here he has been humiliated by his junior and the son of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, Adit Thackeray, many times. Also insulted as he was the cabinet minister and he was a minister of state, and so many portfolios they have. So the matter to understand. So actually, if Eknath Shinde, June 23rd June, CM never used to be the secretariat. Instead, he used to be in Matoshri. Used to call people around the CM, but they never used to attend our calls. We are fed up. We are fed up with the things and persuaded Eknath Shinde to the steps. Sorry, how that just MLA written letter to Maharashtra does not last long, and actually I just I salute to Mr. Eknath Shinde. He was not for the power and for the CM or the offered by CM post and whatever. So he is saying this is not with the go like that. So it's come out from MBA. So that is Sanjay Raut also just today, just after a statement. Congress and NCP just in the safer mode, and Pawar is trying to already. We are Uddhav Thackeray, but Uddhav has only 13 MLAs. What Pawar will do? 42 MLAs with the Eknath Shinde. This is the number game, number of democracy. So what type of teaching want to give by Mr. Sharad Pawar to the Uddhav Thackeray? Could not understand. If you see the quotes of Union Minister and BJP leader Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi has taken a jibe at the political crisis Maharashtra, where Uddhav Thackeray led MBA government is fighting for its survival, and said that dummy cars and the government on dialysis do not last long. Responding a question on that, what would happen in Maharashtra, he recited a couplet from a famous Mughal Azam song, "Jab raat hai aisi mat wali to subah ka alam kya hoga." So dummies car and the government on dialysis do not last long. The BJP leader added, and just you see how the number games are there. And according to Bhagat Gogavle, he has said he will just write the letter tomorrow. By tomorrow, the governor with all inputs. So we'll see how this will be going to happen. And all the I think NCP also in the feel the crisis, and a government under Uddhav Thackeray is continuing claim by the NCP chief, and he say he should move. How vacated the official residence, so he should move into the. He should not move into the Matos area. So that is this is not good, but already they have moved, and Sharad Pawar said that the fate of Mahavikas Aghadi government in Maharashtra will be decided on the floor of assembly. At the Shiv Sena NCP coalition will prove its majority in a trust vote. How will they prove? That is a magic question, magic answer. As today addressing press conference amid the turmoil caused by the rebellion by Sena Minister Eknath Shinde and several Sena MLAs, Pawar also asserted that BJP has played a role in the crisis that has befallen the Uddhav Thackeray government. The fate of MU government decided in the assembly, not in Guwahati, where rebels are camping. So MBA will prove his majority on the floor house, how he claimed. So we'll see how it happened go to, and Shiv Sena likely also filed plea seeking disqualification of rebel MLAs. But I don't think actually they are talking about this disqualification of 15 rebel MLAs. It was settled by the top Supreme Court lawyers, but I think this is now not under control, and as a claim by today, Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma. He says there are many good hotels in Assam. Anyone can come and there is stay. There is no issue in it. I don't know if Maharashtra MLAs are staying in Assam. MLAs of the other states can come and stay in Assam. As I said, Assam Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma in Delhi, when asked about the Maharashtra bill and MLAs camping in Guwahati. So Shinde says National Party has assured all help. Ajit Pawar said no BJP role in Maharashtra political drama. So now let us see what will happen by tomorrow. But crisis is so grim, and I think the new equation will develop. But this is a very good thing. This power struggle for not the power, not for the self-interest, but to re-establish the Hindutva. How the Uddhav Thackeray tortured the MP Namit Nara and his MLA husband Ravi Rana only on the chanting of Hanuman Chalisa. This is really nonsense, and just already the sedition laws are all implied on them. So many incidents, and Palgharan always just try to humiliate the Hinduism, and Hindu leader. So time will just take a note and on course. The time of break. After break, will come to you the more news. We'll cover a break. Just the latest news: the NDA candidate for the president election, Mrs. Draupadi Murmu, arrived Delhi today. Warm welcome by the Delhi leaders as well as the Prime Minister, President, Home Minister, Defense Minister, all leaders. Just to see the pictures, how she is a devotee of the Shiv. She is a Shiv Bhakta. When the news announced, she went to her the temple and take the blessing of Shiva. And I think this is the how just he has followed the Hindutva as a great travel leader. I think I hope this is all equation support, and so the first woman travel president. All the BJP leaders, Manoj Tiwari and Arjun Meghwal and Arjun Munda, Virendra Kumar, Tarun Chugh, all just welcome. And she's staying at the Odisha Bhavan. And if you see talking about the who is foreign biggest, Draupadi Murmu, Yashwant Sinha, so India Center currently total is vote is 5,26,420 votes for, and Murmu needs 5,39,420 votes to win. So this is a matter of only 13,000 votes, and that will be managed now. So if you look at the electoral equations coming from the Odisha, Murmu is directly getting the support of Biju Janata Dal. Is 31,000 votes, and the BJP also fall in favor of Murmu. Already issued the statement, and the NDA and Odisha CM Navin Patnaik has already announced the support of Draupadi Murmu. Apart from this, if the IOSR Congress also comes together, then his 43,000 votes also fall in favor of Murmu. Apart from this, it is difficult to Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, who has been doing the siyasat politics in the name of travels, to oppose Murmu. So if JMM comes under pressure, Murmu will get the 20,000 more votes. The grand victory will be going to be happen in the favor of Murmu. And I think Nitish Kumar party also already declared announcement for support of Murmu. And this is a latest equation. And tomorrow she is going to file the nomination, and 100 proposal will be there. And she will be accompanied by the top leaders like Narendra Modi, several union ministers, chief ministers, and key leaders of some of the parties like BJD, and so on during the nomination. Sasmit Patra, Dr. Sasmit Patra, leader in the Rajya Sabha of the BJD, all assigned in the proposal. And all work is going on in the residence of Mr. Prahlad Joshi, who is just the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. And I just show support sources say Prime Minister is expected first proposal. And presidential candidate requires 50 proposal and 52nd for his nomination. And 4 sets of nomination may be filed in Mrs. Murmu's support, according to the BJP sources said. She also met with the JP Nadda, also met the Rajnath Singh, met the Amit Shah, and met all the leaders, and thanks them for the nomination and announcing the candidates. And Nadda also had meeting the party leaders involved in the polling process. They will be traveling across the country to spearhead Mrs. Murmu campaign, and she will be reaching out the members of Presidential Electoral College, which is of the MPs and MLAs and their support. She also announced for her support yesterday from Odisha. Yes, he will say he will meet each and every person to get the support for this election. And opposition fielding Indian Minister, former Minister Jaswant Sinha as the candidate. And as you know, election will be held on the 8th July 18. With, I think Odisha Chief Minister BJD, Arvind Patnaik already appealed last yesterday to vote for Mrs. Murmu, appeal all the members Odisha Assembly, cutting across party lines to extend unanimous support to elect daughter of Odisha, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, the country's highest office, according to Navin Patnaik. And the support may be the Vizag Congress in attempt to back her oil. So Nitish Kumar Ji also accepted support the NDA nominee for this post. So I think there is no way just to see will be, we can say, the first woman travel president of the country, of the Bharat. We wish him the grand success. All system is going on. All Chirag Paswan also is decided to extend support to NDA election. And Chirag Paswan said Rajnath Singh called him to inform about the Mrs. Murmu being made the NDA presidential candidate. He also said Rajnath told him their party still consider him ally of NDA. This is a good sign for Chirag Paswan also. The two persons have authorized to talk to all persons, JP Nadda and Rajnath Singh. Mr. Nadda Tuesday announced that the name of NDA's president candidate following meeting of the party parliamentary board, and included the prime minister and the senior leaders. So, the 64 years old Mr. Murmu, former Jharkhand governor, first person of Odisha to occupy the top constitutional post. If she elected, yeah, I'm not saying if she elected, she will be elected, and not a strong possibility. This is done 100%. And she visited Lord Jagannath and Shiva temple and offered prayers, and visited temples in her hometown of Rairangpura, Mayurbhanj district on Wednesday morning. Is a day long after the NDA named her as a candidate for the upcoming presidential election. Mrs. Murmu visited Lord Jagannath, Hanuman and Shiva temples and offered prayers. She also swept the premises of Purandeshwar Shiv temple before the offering prayer and in his village. Subsequently, she visited the Prajapita Brahma Kumari Eshwari Vishwavidyalaya Rangpur and offered prayers. She was accorded a grand welcome on premises. She has been she is a practitioner of Raj Yoga. Last year, we have seen the interview at the regions of Mrs. Murmu home district, Mayurbhanj, related over the development. It is proud of Mayurbhanj. The NDA has given priority to Mayurbhanj again after my induction as Union Minister. Selecting Mrs. Murmu for the highest constitutional post in the country shows the priority of the NDA government. We all cherish the great moment of India and the citizens of Mayurbhanj. Union Minister of State for Travel Affairs Services to do said. And Mrs. Murmu was the first woman governor of Jharkhand and has become the first woman and travel leaders of Odisha to be governor of Indian state. Expressing pleasure over the selection as an NDA candidate for election into highest office of country, her daughter Idisri Murmu, a bank officer, said, "We all are proud of the selection of the race for the presidential election. Her hard work, dedication, and self-service to people have paid off." Rajrangpur MLA Nawaz Maji said Mrs. Murmu has a special liking for Mayurbhanj, and after her elevation of top post, districtly immensely helped in terms of development. Mrs. Murmu has provided jet plus security on Tuesday following a nomination as a presidential candidate. So it's now I will update you accordingly for the news, and then we will go like that, and just share and like our the news, Global News, and just support our the nationalist movement of Bharatiya journalism. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.